Om Shri Sairam, offering our humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagawan Baba, who is embedded as Hriday Vasi in our hearts. Ekoham Bahusham. This is Devyani Pradhan from the Queen of Hills, Darjeeling, West Bengal, and a participant of Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for Self-Transformation, Batch 2021. Welcome to this inaugural ceremony of the Batch 2022 of the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for Self-Transformation. In our midst today, along with our Divine Master, our dearest Lord Bhagawan Baba, we have the august presence of our guest of honor for today's inaugural ceremony, Dr. M. Sai Kumar, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary of Tamil Nadu, currently serving as Chairman and Managing Director of Tamil Nadu Urban Finance and Infrastructure Development Corporation, the Chairman of the Academic Council of the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for Self-Transformation, none other than our respected All India President of Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organization India, Sri Nimesh Pandya, members of Academic Council, distinguished trustees and officials of the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust, our state presidents, senior members of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organizations India, our esteemed faculty, and of course the participants of Batch 2022. Swami says, quote, keeping in view the atmosphere in the world, it is important to teach students about morality and ethics while equipping them with worldly knowledge, unquote. This is exactly what this program, the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for Self-Transformation, is all about. Today is a holy day, and we all have gathered here for a sacred task to take up the journey for the next 9 months. And with these few words from my side, I request Brother Saksham to carry forward the proceedings of the day. Jai Sairam.
Om Shri Sairam. Thank you, Sister Devyani. This is Saksham from the land full of surprises, that is Chhattisgarh, an NLP participant of the batch 2021. As just mentioned, we all have gathered today for the inaugural ceremony of the third batch of Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for Self-Transformation Batch 2022. Dear brothers and sisters, you know what? The organizing team has titled this program as AROHAN. AROHAN is a thematic approach of this inaugural program. The musical notes Sa Re Ga Ma Pa Dha Ni starts with Sa, elevates into next note, and ultimately leading us back to the source note Sa. We too in this program of leadership will make effort to ascend that highest plane of thought from where we stand today to where we need to reach His divine heart from the benign blessings of our beloved Bhagawan. Yes, this truly is going to be a fantastic journey for each one of us, from I to we to He, the Supreme. You may all of thee view that we are here out of a sheer coincidence. But let me tell you, brothers and sisters, we are not. This is the divine drama of Lord. Yes, it is for sure a Sai incidence that He, out of His love and mercy, has brought you here as a participant in this year program to travel this journey with Him to Him. Imagine, just sit back and think how blessed you are. You are on the path to be trained to be exemplary Sai Sevaks for the future of the world. At this juncture, I quote Swami. Quote, we can be successful leaders only if we are disciplined followers who do not issue commands to others, but rather set an example of service in our actions. Unquote. So if you all are ready, let's get going to the churning process and move forward. Everything begins with the self, inner self, the light within. Let's pray to Bhagawan to bless us by igniting our spark within that will sparkle with illumination. On behalf of all of us present here today, let's pray to dear Swami to bless us all by Jyoti Prajvalana. Light the lamp of love and knowledge in each of us, initiating us into AROHAN with the first and foremost note, Sa, the creator of all other 6 notes. Jai Sairam.
Sairam, Asato ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityor ma Amritam Gamaya. Our loving pranams to you, Swami, for igniting the Akhanda Jyoti in each one of us and leading us from darkness onto light. Brothers and sisters, I am Saurabh Sharma from the state of Haryana, the land Kurukshetra, where good won over evil. I am a participant of the batch 2021. Vediti iti Veda, knowing knowledge is Veda. That is to say, man can know from the Vedas, the code of right activity and the body of right knowledge. I take this opportunity to quote Bhagawan, quote, the Vedas is the mother of all the Shastras. The Veda emanated from God Himself as inhalation and exhalation. The great sages who were the embodiment of the treasure gained by long ascetic practices received Veda as a series of sound and spread it over the world by word of mouth from preceptor to pupil. Unquote. As every Sri Sathya Sai Seva organization program begins with the chanting of Veda to purify the surrounding, this morning too I take this opportunity to invite my fellow brothers from the second batch of Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program from God's own country, Kerala, to do the Veda chanting for this inaugural ceremony. Over to you, brothers.
Oh गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पद आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवदी धीनामभित्र्यवदो गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Thank you, Sairam and the brothers from Kerala for sanctifying this ceremony with those Vedic verses. Now, it is time to welcome one and all. I am Sai Prakash from the state of Tamil Nadu, a participant of the Batch 2021 to navigate this program forward. It is my proud privilege to invite and introduce Sri Krishna Kumar, fondly called as KK, from the city of Mumbai, an academic council member and the faculty of Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for Self-Transformation, to deliver the welcome address. Sri Krishna Kumar has completed his Bachelor's in Law from the University of Nagpur and MBA from Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. He then went on to pursue his MDP from XLRI Jamshedpur. He is passionate, thoughtful and self-driven with a keen business acumen and entrepreneurial zeal. He is also a result-oriented international business development professional with 20 years of experience in the areas of strategy definition, alliances and partnership, sales and account management. A highly qualified person, he has assumed the highest offices in reputed organizations, has quite an apt motto. It says, be good, do good and dream big. I personally found it to be deep, and as I pondered over it, it struck me that only when I am being good and doing good, I will get the conviction and moral strength to even dream big that would propel me towards achieving my dream. Following our first and most firm note, Sa, we are now led into the next note of AROHAN, Re, which is a bit higher in frequency. Leading us to the next step of elevation in our series is Sri Krishna Kumar to deliver the welcome address. Over to you, KK sir. Sairam.
Om Shri Sairam. Offering our humble salutations at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagawan. Respected elders and dear friends, loving Sairam to all. Today, we have all assembled here on the inaugural session of the third batch of Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for Self-Transformation. We all know that this program has 5 modules. It's spread over 26 weeks and the admission is pretty rigorous. Many of the participants might be thinking that the end of this program is getting the completion certificate. But then, let me remind you, just like every other initiative and institution of Bhagawan, whether it is educare, whether it is healthcare, Bal Vikas, Satsang, Gram Vikas, this program also is like an initiating system which launches us in the orbit of self-transformation. For Bhagawan always reminds us that nation building lies in character molding at an individual level. With folded hands, let's welcome Bhagawan and seek his blessings. Friends, we are honored to have Dr. M. Sai Kumar, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Tamil Nadu, as guest of honor. Sir, thank you very much for joining us. We welcome you. We also have today with us Shri Nimish Pandya, All India President, Shri Sathya Sai Seva Organization, State Presidents, Senior Officials, distinguished members of the Academic Board, faculty, members of the support team, and our participants. Heartiest welcome to one and all. Let us rededicate ourselves to Bhagawan, for this program is Sai-led and Sai-led. Jai Sairam. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishna Kumar sir, for initiating us onto this momentous occasion. I'm sure it is only onwards and upwards for all of us from here. Sairam everyone, my humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagawan. I am Vindhya from Hyderabad of NLP Batch 2021. Let me take this privilege of introducing our academic board member and faculty who resides in the city of Pearls, Hyderabad, Dr. Sai Prasad Golapuri sir. Dr. Sai Prasad Golapuri sir is one of the most fun-loving and cheerful faculty of Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for Self-Transformation. During our sessions, he enabled us to set smart goals and acted as a catalyst for our communication. He studied in some of the most prestigious schools in the United States of America like Purdue and Harvard universities. He worked as a software developer, architect, systems tester, product marketer, and head of research and development. On the management side, he has built teams from scratch, demonstrating unusual creativity with deliverables, and proved himself as a strong and able leader for companies like Fortuna Pix, Aperion Global, Satyam Computers, Nokia, and to name a few. He is currently a Chief Technology Officer of Fortuna Pix, a global leader in e-learning technologies. The third and a golden note in AROHAN is Ga, derived from Gandhar, which is also associated with the sun. Much like the exuberant and energetic personality, Dr. Sai will now give us a brief overview of the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program and the expectations from the participants. Dr. Sai Prasad Golapuri sir, over to you. Thank you.
Om Shri Sairam. I'm Sai Golapuri, and I want to begin by congratulating you for being part of this Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program. Congratulations. You know, very few people get into this program, so you're the lucky ones. Congratulations on that. But remember, it's both a privilege as well as a responsibility. I want to talk to you about two things. One, I want to talk to you about the program and its setup. And two, I would like to talk to you about the expectations, for this program. So first, let's get started. The program has multiple parts. One of the most important parts, that's the positioning of the program, is that leadership is through self-transformation. This is what Swami has been teaching us. Swami has been talking about this. And so leadership is not about the outside world, the environment. It's not about the changes. Of course, those are necessary for you to be effective and optimal. But the more important part is leadership is about you, about me, about us. And so the focus is on us and leadership from inside out. So it's about self-transformation. So the focus is not about so much how to deal with the worldly aspects, but the focus is on self-transformation, character building, self-development. So the sessions are oriented towards this. The sessions are online and sometimes offline as well. And these sessions will be pre-announced. There will be a calendar on the exact dates, times, topics, links, everything will be given. And use this calendar to plan yourself. as per the Sai organization's decorum, most of the time the sessions will be gender divided. So keep an eye out on that and find your right session. So Mahilas will be having Mahila session, gents will be having the gents session. Sessions will be typically between 60 to 90 minutes. They'll have Q&A. So do plan for that. And remember, the session is not just what happens online, but the sessions also have a pre-work where you have to prepare and get ready, and post-work where you have to do some assignments and homework. So plan for that as well. Block your calendar so that you have enough time during the week to do the post and pre-work as well. Get familiar with your technology. We suggest you get a laptop or a desktop or something and then sit at a desk when you're actually going through the session. We don't recommend that you carry a mobile phone and walk around and try to do this while you're doing day-to-day errands. So you won't be 100% focused unless you're sitting in front of a session, in front of a desk and following this session. So that's what we recommend. And remember, all of the people who are participating in this are volunteers. The people who are giving the sessions, they're volunteers. The people who are organizing this, they're volunteers. The people who are actually preparing the handouts and doing the talks, they're also volunteers. So do respect their contribution by you also giving in that time to it. And along with the sessions, there are also satsangs, and there's a whole bunch of activity like presentations and handouts. And all these things will be provided for you. Remember, the sessions will be informative and value-adding. They'll be participative, and they will also have that spiritual component to them. And so it's important that you actually come with an open mind and try to look at the world from something a little off-center, as they say in Hindi, thoda hatke. Remember, there'll be a calendar and there'll be handouts, but it's important that you be present with your body, mind, and soul, and be there in front of the desk, trying to take notes and participation in these things. So these topic-based sessions are very educated and informative, and they're kind of like the MBA sessions. But beyond the MBA sessions, we also have the satsangs. If the MBA sessions or topic sessions are kind of left brain, then satsangs are kind of like the right brain. You know, they talk about miracles and experiences and insights and how people grappled with these things that you're facing and then how they dealt with it. So it's kind of nice to see the left side and the right side balanced and come to you and being presented to you. We also have project work where you participate either individually or in a team and try to bring in your voice into the discussion. And so that's a great thing where you do project work, presentations. So please be very involved in these things. All the attendance in satsangs, projects, presentations is mandatory. So please do participate in them. There'll be a whole bunch of volunteers ready to help you. You know, you can chat on during the session, or you can actually listen to the chats, or you can actually talk to them in WhatsApp, and they'll be able to get back to you with answers. Remember, during the sessions, you know, once you've prepared your sessions and come to the sessions with adequate preparation and join the session 10 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes ahead of schedule, once you're seated at a desk, remember to kind of be available on camera if necessary, but turn it off. Be on mute at all times, and only when requested or if there's a question, unmute yourself, ask your question, and go back to mute. It's very important that you keep your questions or comments very short and brief. Remember, there's a whole bunch of people trying to participate. So if you're having a question, you can say, "Hi, my name is Ravi, and I have a question." And then just briefly state your question. If you have a comment, you can say, "Hi, my name is Anand, and I have a comment to make." And then you can make your comment. Again, be brief, and then unmute or mute yourself after you speak. You're welcome to use chat. You can use gestures on the chat and then communicate what you need to communicate. Remember, there's a whole bunch of people around you who also want to participate, so give them the chance as well. After the session, please do the homework. Please reflect on these things and think about what you're getting into and how you would practice. And then if you have any further questions, feel free to keep posting them on chat, and I'm sure the speakers will get back to you. It's important that you fully participate in the sessions. That means be there, be attentive, take notes, and then participate in the pre-work. That means read the material, come prepared, and participate in the post-work, which means homeworks, assignments, and quizzes and project work. So it's important that you participate in all this because there are others who are also expecting the same thing from you. And and the satsangs are also very unique offerings. So please be attentive in those satsangs as well, and do kind of experience this as a kind of a mandir session. Have that decorum of being in a nice, respectful place, and somebody is trying to give some very important messages, and so kind of admire that. Do respect the rules. Attendance is important, and positive participation, even in the satsangs, is very important. And make sure you temper your comments and speak as if you're in a very respectful place with proper elders around. So kind of maintain that decorum in choosing your topic, in talking about your idea. So make sure that people kind of appreciate that. And you know what Swami would want from all this, right? He would want us to kind of live what we say. So that means if you agree to be part of this program, then it's your promise to be part of this program. It's your offering to be part of your program. So do it with love. And so it's an agreement. So be part of it. And then, and remember, how you participate is also a statement of your levels of standards and your quality levels. So the more, heart, mind, and soul you're involved, that's how you're going to be as an individual, as a leader. So it's important how you participate in this. And remember, all these people, the coordinators, the speakers, the facilitators, all these people are trying to help you. But you are the one who's the gatekeeper. You can help yourself more than any one of us. So, you come in and you grab as much as possible, and kind of imbibe as much as possible. And it's you who controls how much you get in. So please help yourself as much as possible, and let us help you help yourself as well. It is all for your benefit, for our benefit. So we want you to be happy, because when you're happy, then Swami is happy. When Swami is happy, we're happy. When everybody's happy. So that's the whole key to this whole thing, right? So we're doing this for the benefit of you primarily, but also for our benefits, because we learn in this experience as well. We thank you for giving us this opportunity to serve you, and thank you very much for being part of this. And again, congratulations on this selection. Sairam. All the best.
Thank you, Dr. Sai Golapudi, for giving us an overall perspective about the National Leadership Program, and also touching upon the expectations of the participants. I, Shyamulima Datta, from the land of Bengal Tigers, Kolkata, will take you further in this program. It is said that today is now and tomorrow is uncertain. However, for the National Leadership Program, tomorrow is certain, as it is for all of us, and it is going to be a milestone for you. Have you ever gone on a time travel? No? Well, today I'm going to take you on a time travel to the future. I'm talking about how the National Leadership Program might look like. Here we have a panel discussion of the participants of National Leadership Program 2021, who will take us on a time travel of their transformational journey. We have 4 shining stars who will elevate us to the 4th swara of AROHAN, the swara being Ma. Ma is the only swara that can be recited in its highest frequency and is associated with the moon. Moon is comforting. Nostalgic thoughts are comforting. And to reminiscence these nostalgic thoughts, we have Sister Snigdha from Madhya Pradesh, North. Sister Karishma from Andhra Pradesh, the South. Brother Avinam from Sikkim, the East. And Brother Sudarshan from Maharashtra, the West. We also have with us Brother Arjun from Mumbai, the batch of National Leadership 2020, who will pilot the time travel. So, let us fasten our seatbelts and get ready for the takeoff.
Om Shri Sairam, offering my most humble salutations at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Respected elders and my dear brothers and sisters, I welcome all of you today on this inaugural session of the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program. Today we are here to be part of the panel discussion program. I, Arjun Rao, am an alumnus of the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program, and I'm also part of the organizing team. Today, we have 4 of our alumni of the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for 4 different parts of the country. We have Sister Snigdha Mishra from North. We have Sister Charishma Tumuri from the South. We have Brother Avinam Mangal from the East. And we have Brother Sudarshan Naseri from the West. Welcome, dear brothers and sisters. Really happy to have you on as part of the participants of the panel discussion. So the first question that I have is to you, Brother Avinam. What was your motivation to apply for the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program?
Sairam, brother, thank you so much for your question. So, Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program is this wonderful opportunity to call myself a student of Sri Sathya Sai Baba, our beloved Bhagawan. So, the only motivation of mine to send in the application was to see and understand how Swami crafts the leader in me. Right? I got to know about the program when I was in Kodaikanal and was a part of the Energizing the Core Youth program. And at that point of time, I was excited to know that, how Swami develops the leader in all of the individuals, in all of his students. So I think that was my motivation to apply at the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program. And, Swami always says that, everybody is a leader because we all walk for our lives, we all represent our lives. So I was much more fascinated to see, how does an ideal Sai-ful leader can be created or is crafted by Bhagawan. So that was my right motivation to apply at the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program. And right from the application point itself, I was so much curious to understand how a Sai-ful leader is created and built. So that was my all motivation to apply at the National Leadership Program. Thank you, brother.
Wonderful. As they say, Bhagwan ke ghar mein dher hai, par andher nahi hai. Right. So always were, contemplating on what it takes to be a Sai leader. And at that time, Swami sent that registration link to you and your prayers were answered. Very, very happy to hear that. Thank you. Brother Sudarshan, would you like to speak something about the Dhyani Vahini experience?
Oh, for sure. In fact, as you know, the course started with we essentially learning the Dhyan Vahini. They gave us excerpts from the book of Dhyan Vahini day by day to read. And it was not only the theory of it, but they also made us do the Dhyana practice in the morning, the Jyoti meditation. So it was, this fantastic combination of theory along with practicals. And then there was this fantastic follow-up from the NLP team by all the point of contacts who were assigned for us to check on us if we are really doing the dhyana on a daily basis or not. And it was just then that I was suffering from COVID myself and all in isolation. And all I could say to cut down the whole story was, it was this practice of dhyana, which at one particular time made me dwell on, the Jyoti being in your chest area and the warmth of the Jyoti cleansing all the traces of the possible infection that I might have had. And I think my recovery journey from even the disease was kicked up because of this practice. So I owe my life to this practice. And thanks to him.
That is really wonderful to hear that the Jyoti meditation and the Dhyana practical practice that you put in was something that helped you recover from COVID, something that you were struggling with. That's a really, really wonderful thing. And like you said, it's not only theory, it's also the practical approach that it comes with. And that is something that really adds value to the whole practice, I feel. That's wonderful, brother. My next question is to Sister Snigdha. Do you have any insights from the satsang sessions that were conducted during the course. Would you like to throw some light on that, Sister Snigdha? I think I'm not able to. Yeah, I'm. Yes, you are audible now.
I'm audible now?
Yes.
So, brother, as such, an entire satsang session had something to convey and something which I can imbibe and I can take away with me, and I can apply in my day-to-day life. But two of the major takeaways from two great personalities who spoke in satsang, which I relate to myself and I found useful, was of first one was of Sai Shravanam sir. He is a great tableist and music composer, and he shared his journey, that how he had a big dream of playing tabla with A.R. Rahman, and he used to really sometimes doubt himself, will he be able to reach there? And today he is there with Swami's grace, and how Swami helped him to reach there. And the major thing which I understood from his journey was that while you're struggling in your life, you have to be resilient and you have to keep full faith in Lord that whatever is happening in your life is happening for your own good. And the second insight which I can recall was I can recall is of Miss Charu Sinha ma'am. Ma'am is the first woman posted as IG in Jammu sector. So ma'am told about her experiences that, Swami was throughout guiding her, like when she used to meditate through Maypole meditation or anything, Swami used to always there to help her. And she told that we should surrender completely to Lord without any question, and then see how he makes us do which we have even never wondered, and makes us attain that level that we have never imagined. So these were major takeaways from these two things.
That's really wonderful. In fact, of all the brilliant personalities that came as part of the satsang session during the course, I think even for me personally as a participant when I was there in the first batch, Charu Sinha ma'am was really, really powerful. And what she spoke, what she shared really stayed along with me even till today. So that was really wonderful, sister. I can completely relate with you. Project management is a very, very important module in the entire course. I'm sure all of you would agree with that. And I'm sure, as serious as it sounds, it also is fun because you all are teamed up with a few brothers, with a few sisters, and you have to coordinate with your state youth coordinator, with your state president. You have to decide a topic. There is a lot of thrill. There's a lot of energy. You have a deadline. You have 4 months, and you all get an opportunity to create an impact in your own state. I think that is the beauty of it. Would anyone like to speak about their experience with project management?
So, yes, brother. I would like to talk about the project management here because what actually happened in my case of project management was due to some technical difficulties. The time span of the project management actually got widened. It actually shortened, not widened. It was shortened. And also what happened, with the added time pressure, there was another set of difficulty that I even faced at the same time. What happened was I lost my father in amidst the process. So I was in this mental state of not being able to do anything. And then I even had this second idea of should I quit SSNLP because there was so much of dismantle. I was having mental pressure. I wasn't mentally stable. So then then this entire teaching of the project management came into my mind, and then the Swami's teaching, face the devil and finish the game. So I think with that note of facing the devil, the mental instability, and then fighting and finishing the project, and then offering at the divine lotus feet of our Bhagawan, I think with that note, I was able to submit my project. And within the process, I really want to thank, my coordinators, my state presidents, my other teammates, because it was not just a row in a boat, but it was rowing in the boat that actually helped me fight the devil.
Well, Sudarshan, would you like to elaborate on how your experience was during the project management module while you were executing the project, planning for it, coordinating the whole thing? I think it's very important that people come to know what that experience is, because that is something really, really wonderful. I'd really like if you could speak on it.
Sure, Arjun. In fact, see, one of the basic things that I really admire of this entire NLP program was the clear directives that came from the convener. As you know, that this entire 9 months of NLP program culminates with we all doing, ending up the learnings of this program by doing a project work together, right? So we were all given the liberty to choose amidst ourselves on what the topic could be. And the convener was very clear from day one when he said that he would be, motivating all the youngsters of the Sai fraternity to get to learn the processes involved in the project management. Because, not by way of our offices or whatever, we are ending up learning the projects ourselves in the offices and all. But not all the Sai youths get the exposure to the concept of project management, if seen from a discipline in itself. And that is what I adore of this program, that they wanted us to apply the concepts of project management to a work that we choose for ourselves for a period of 2 months, and in a way that it should be applicable to the Sai organization in the future. So we have a concept, we have a systematic process that we have to imply together as a team, as Sister Charishma said, and then we have to take it to a decisive level wherein it can be fruitful and we can see it happening in action. So when I was leading my particular group, I can say that there were a lot of young brothers of mine who were not even aware of what a project management would mean like, but then the way work breakdown structures, things like all the, the object framing the objectives, aiming together to achieve those goals. So, all the concepts of project management, and wherein we learn the whole dynamics of how a total team has to be managed, wherein there are hierarchies to be respected in a project, there are timelines to be met, effective planning has to be done. So all this office language brought down to a Sai culture, and that was really fun to see that we could actually do something of a Sai nature, but applying all those concepts which we otherwise see in offices. So we have all seen boys going to do the Gram Seva in Perth, but we have always adored in our mind that whether we will get a chance to do like that. For me, project management was a fantastic culmination of this entire NLP program, which gave me that opportunity and evolve the concepts of project management.
That's really wonderful, brother. The next question that I have is going to be for all of you all, because it's a very, very important question. I think the batch to come also will want to hear this. What was the overall transformation that you all had as part of the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program during this entire journey? Any one of you all can go first. It's up to you, but I'd like all of you all to speak on this because it's a very, very important question.
Sisters first, please.
Yes, brother. Okay.
Yes, Sister Snigdha, please continue.
Fine. Let me continue. So, brother, the major transformation which I felt in this program, this entire schedule, everything we have been gone through in this journey was that the level of introspection which we have started doing, this is journey within of a self-transformation. So it was before doing anything, I would like to take the formula given by Swami, watch formula, that you watch your words, you watch your actions, you watch your thought, you watch your heart. And it is you don't need anyone else to it is this program, entire program is based on creating self-reliant leaders. So the leaders who will be just reliant on themselves for their own actions, they will be they will listen to their conscience and then they will decide what is right and what is wrong. It was listen to your conscience. The major thing which I learned was listen to your conscience and then you decide. Maybe it can be any moral dilemma, it can be any tough decision, or it can be anything, maybe it emotional or spiritual or physical or mental, in all dimensions, I will say it's few in one thing. So in all these dilemmas and all real life situation and practical things, what now I feel that I'm ready to face out. I'm ready to handle these things in a well-organized way. And if in case somewhere I fall, I have so many notes and so many learnings and so many things in my, all time on my back, which are going to push me ahead and help me to tread the journey ahead with my beloved Swami.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, sister. Sister Charishma, would you like to go next?
Yes, brother. You started it saying, this entire program is for self-transformation, as the name says. National Leadership Program for Self-Transformation. And transformation is the crux of the entire program.
Correct.
And for me, transformation is a continuous process. It doesn't stop. And what I would like to say about NLP in this process of mine is, we sometimes have this hesitation when we need to start anything new. And transformation is definitely not a small thing. And for me to become a part of this program, there is the Swami saying, Swami says, to be the best version of yourself, to be a good person is the best form of service you can do. So to become this good person of myself, I had to start this transformation. And when I was hesitant, as to how to start, how do I continue, NLP has been that kickstart for me. It has started my journey in such a wonderful way that it has also provided me the fuel so that this journey keeps on going. It doesn't stop. And when it keeps on going, I keep on learning, I keep on growing. And there are many more experiences. Sister Snigdha just mentioned, we've learned to get back into the society with confidence. The courage that we can face the outside world. It has been reinstalled in us in Sai's way. When it comes from Swami, it becomes all the more powerful and it becomes very, very encouraging for all of us. I think NLP has been my kickstart and I'm very happy that it has started my journey.
That's wonderful, sister. Thank you very much. I can relate to it as a participant. It was so wonderful to listen to each of you all speak about your personal experiences about the Sri Sathya Sai. Here, I'd like to take the opportunity to speak about even my experience as a participant of the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program. I was fortunate. Swami has been very kind that he gave me this opportunity to be part of the first batch of the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program. And what really motivated me to join the program was, like I said, the prefix. It is the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for self-transformation is what mattered to me, because that is when I knew that this is the kind of leadership program that I want to be part of. The one that has been, that has Sai qualities, that has Sai values in it. And who is Sri Sathya Sai Baba? He is the most ideal leader mankind has ever seen, has come across. And what better opportunity could anyone get than to be associated with such a wonderful program? And I was aware that the academic board, the faculty, the organizing team members are all these power-packed, group of people inspired, motivated to serve Bhagawan. And what more can you ask for, brother? I remember when I came to Puttaparthi for the 3-day introductory course, that just gave me a glimpse of what's going to come in the next 9 months. It was just a trial, a trailer to what's going to come. And I was so thrilled. All the way from Dhyana Vahini, and that was a time actually when lockdown was announced. Okay, our respected Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji came on TV and said he's announcing a pan-India lockdown, and that was a time when no one could go outside. But that was also the time when I got to go inside with the Dhyana Vahini program. Each faculty member, each organizing team member, everyone, the convener, everyone, played their role to such perfection where I could feel Swami's presence in each one of them. And that is what, spurred the process of transformation within me. I won't say I am transformed yet, but like you said, the journey is begun. नया जन्म हुआ है, अभी वो रास्ता तय करना बाकी है, और वो रास्ता तय होगा क्योंकि भगवान है हमारे साथ. Is what I believe. This is my firm beliefs, my conviction that we are all going to be part of Bhagwan's mission as humble instruments, as servants of Bhagwan. But this is what we are, trained for, and we can officially say that we are soldiers of Bhagwan. And with these few words, I'd like to ask all of you all to describe NLP, your experience with NLP, in one word. That's something that I'd like all of you all to do. Could you think of something extempore? Describe your experience with NLP in one word. This is for the new brothers and sisters who are going to join us in this year's batch, and they'd like to listen to their seniors now. For their seniors, congratulations to that. So describe it in one word.
With this young age, getting Swami's knowledge and looking forward to the program, I think SSNLP is foundation for me. Foundation.
Very nice. Very nice.
I think I will go with a single word for NLP, which is feeling.
Wow. Beautiful.
Entire thing is summed up in that.
Beautiful.
Go with the word fun, because this entire process has been like, quite refreshing, rebuilding, rejuvenating, and with a lot of fun involved in it, because we just enjoyed the session. So just enjoy the session and do well. Swami is with you. Lord, for myself.
Wonderful. Fun. Well, Sudarshan, do you think of something?
Adding up to the last word of F, I would say family, because Swami not only blessed me by being a family man now, but also helped me to cherish the relationships in a more sattvic way through the relationship management lessons. Family is the word for me.
So all of you all came up with the alphabet F. That is so unique. So we have foundation, and then Sister Charishma went with feeling, then Snigdha sister went with fun, and you ended up with family. That's wonderful. I think we can end all of these experiences with another word starting from the alphabet, that is feet. Bhagawan's lotus feet.
Thank you, team, for such a wonderful time travel. I'm sure we all have thoroughly enjoyed this great travel through time, knowing what our future would be. Dear brothers and sisters, I'm Omkar Pavaskar, and I come from the land of golden beaches and temples, that is Goa. It's my privilege to sail you forward in this journey. Having heard the participants' journey, wouldn't it be great to listen to the perspectives of our faculty? To listen to him firsthand is nothing less than a bridge across time in this mesmerizing journey. I present to you yet another bundle of divine love and exuberance, an impeccable package of management skills, blessed and groomed in the divine presence of Bhagawan, and radiant personality, Sri Kota Shivkumar Sir. Sri Kota Sir, as we lovingly call him, is an alumnus from Sri Sathya Sai University with MBA in HRM. Sri Kota Sir is a certified trainer from Chance Tracom, an institute in USA. He specializes in Behavioral Competency Development Training Program. Sri Kota Sir is founder of INSAI, that is Institute of Success Awareness and Inspiration, founded in 2005. INSAI has trained more than 9,000 participants from over 50 companies and institutes like Novartis, Wells Fargo, Computer Science Corporation, and the list goes on. With vast experience of 30 years in the field of HR management, Kota Sir is currently handling Chief of Human Resource for Oliva Clinics, a pan-India chain of dermatology clinics. Kota Sir is also a trainer for programs like leadership, managerial effectiveness, and emotional intelligence. A notable and energetic faculty of our program, Sri Kota Sir conducts many important sessions in our program. Without much ado, I would like to invite Sri Kota Shivkumar Sir to listen to few of his words and experiences during this program. Jai Sairam.
Om Shri Sairam. Offering my humble salutations at the lotus feet, I would like to mention 3 essential points, reasons for which I feel the SSSNLP is one of the most unique leadership programs in the country, or maybe in the world. The first one being that the content that has been chosen, which is done across a few months, is a content that is completely focused on self-transformation. And you find quite a few programs on leadership in this society today, which are all good in their way, but they are more focusing on trying to transform others and then trying to transform the world. And this is not the ethic that Swami teaches us. Swami says, first transform yourself, and then automatically you'll find that the world around you gets transformed. So this is a beautiful inside-out approach, and pretty much in line with that, the entire content of the self-transformation program, this leadership program, is focused on the self. That is the first unique quality. The second one is the kind of faculty who handle programs here. And these are such learned people, erudite, very experienced in their fields, practicing corporate leaders or social leaders. Some of them into exceptionally good work that they do in the society. And now these people, in any given day, any of us would want to walk a few kilometers and then pay any amount to attend their workshops in the courses that they do. However, they all convene here, and on Saturdays and Sundays, they give their time, they offer with the highest gratitude to Swami, try to offer back at his feet whatever they learned from him in life. And that is the uniqueness of this program. The third unique quality about it is the quality of the students themselves and the practicality that is associated with the entire study. And the quality of the students, I think in the first year we had about close to 300 and then more, and then this year I think they're close to probably 1,000 people who want to register. Now this is amazing. There's nothing but Swami's grace that those people have been handpicked by Swami, and Swami is making this a virtual university wherein people would want to go to the portals of SSSNLP and then get branded by Swami as a potential leader, and then be ready in life to actually take up higher tasks, whatever Swami ordains them to do. So this is not an ordinary opportunity. And I would feel that every one of you who's aspiring to be part of this program, you're very, very lucky, really blessed by Swami. I wish that you go through this program and derive the maximum benefit. There's a project, there's a lot of practical orientation to the whole program. Please go through it, derive happiness for yourself, and then share your happiness with everybody else in the society. So this is what I wish for each one of you. Good luck, have a great time, and may Swami bless everyone who's going through this program. Om Sri Sairam.
Thank you, Kota sir, for your insightful words which have energized us once again. We are sure that we will continue to practice all that we have learned and be that change in the society. Brothers and sisters, I am Darshini from the State of Culture and Traditions, Karnataka. Let me take you forward in the proceedings of the day with a quote. Swami said, "Leadership is idealism in action." It is such a simple sentence, but perhaps the most complex one to practice. But amongst us today, we do have a persona who replicates the above thought in reality. Yes, I'm speaking about the chairman of the SSSNLP Academic Council and our All India President, Shri Nimish Pandya. Immensely blessed by Bhagawan to be the ideal leader, he is one of the rare personalities. He inspires scores and scores of young and old into the word of Sai and path of Sai. Mr. Nimish Gulabrai Pandya, popularly known across the globe as Nimish Bhai, is a very lovable and approachable person for all ages, be it a child or an elderly person. He hails from the family of attorneys. He is practicing as an advocate of the High Court of Bombay and is a notary public. He heads the law firms of Pandya and Company. He specializes in corporate law and law relating to real estate and is the chairman of Pandya and Jurists LLP, an international law firm specializing in taxation and media laws. He had been on the board of directors of many leading corporations in India and overseas. He is the All India President of Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organizations India and also the Vice Chairman of Sri Sathya Sai Global Council Prashant Nilayam. He is also the Trustee of Sri Sathya Sai Trust Maharashtra. He is also the Chairman of National Council of Sri Sathya Sai Schools in India. He has been actively involved in the Sri Sathya Sai Bal Vikas program since several years and has been associated with the Education in Human Values programs since its inception. A prolific speaker on any given topic, a dramatist par excellence, he has been directed several value-based ballet and dramas with children and youths based on the value, education and character formation, leading us all into the next step of elevation with his address in AROHAN on the 5th note Pa, a swara that originated from the sound of a nightingale in spring. With a hearty welcome to you, I request you, sir, to please deliver the presidential address for today's inaugural ceremony.
Om Shri Sairam. I offer my humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of Bhagawan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, and I take this opportunity to invite him to this inaugural function and be present with us in his divine omnipresence and guide and bless all of us as we start this program and inaugurate this third batch of the Sri Sathya Sai online leadership course. At the outset, let me thank my young sister Darshini for a very touching introduction of mine as far as this course is concerned. Thank you, Darshini. Thank you very much. I also offer my greetings to my brother Sai Kumar, who is going to be delivering the inaugural address to this inaugural session, AROHAN of the Sri Sathya Sai online leadership program. We are very happy to have Brother Sai Kumar, as he is a great example of putting Swami's teachings into practice, a great example of leadership based upon the teachings of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. He has gone through the Sri Sathya Sai Bal Vikas course and has been the alumnus of the said course. He has achieved great status in society and as a professional IAS officer. Currently, as I understand, he is the additional Chief Secretary of the government of Tamil Nadu. I am myself very keen to listen to him and be inspired by him. Dear brothers and sisters, the Sri Sathya Sai online leadership course is a very unique course. It is different as far as leadership is concerned. Normally, leadership is understood as something, a skill by which you lead others, irrespective of the fact whether you are yourself fit to lead others or not. You do this by achieving various skills, by power, by strategy. But in this particular course, we endeavor to ensure that our young boys and girls become true leaders by sheer practice. We pray that they achieve great success in the art of practicing what they are next going to preach as leaders. Baba used to always say that be, do and tell. Do not talk without practice and experience. Experiencing the reality of life, the truth of life, the art of conquering the mind and becoming a mastermind is a substratum for becoming a great leader. In fact, this leadership course enables the young men and women to look inside, to recognize their divinity, and to see that the entire process is nothing but to realize inherent divinity, and then to see the world from the perspective of the said divinity as we proceed further in life. This is a very unique opportunity, brothers and sisters, and I am very happy to note that 194 young men and 179 young women have joined this course this year and are going to be sort of participating in a very rigorous curriculum of this course and achieving the mastery that Bhagawan wanted them to achieve. In short, these young men and women will learn to know who they really are. They will learn that the inherent divinity which is present in them, all the excellence which they desire in life is all within and not outside. They will learn to practice the art of sadhana and to practice the understanding that the entire world is bound by one power of love, and how the power of love is the greatest strategy to be a good leader. Brothers and sisters, Swami used to always say that a leader must be a good practitioner. He should be a great inspiration. His unity of thought, word and deed is an essential character of a good leader. And these are the ingredients of this course which will unfold as the students go by. We are grateful to Bhagawan for giving us the various benchmarks for becoming a good human being, having been blessed by the opportunity to be good leaders by practice and following his teachings in action. Action is the key word, brothers and sisters, for leadership. You speak what you know. You do and preach what you've experienced. You do not speak out of the air. There is no hypocrisy in this whole training program. You are exactly what you are for the world to know, and the world should be inspired by our own conduct. Baba used to always say that my life is my message, and that's exactly what the life of all you young men and women should be. Your life should be a message, a completely transparent picture of what truth is, what love is, what peace is, and what non-violence is. I take this opportunity to wish all of you, brothers and sisters, with great success in this course. And I personally look forward to meet with you physically in Prashantanilayam when we have the physical sessions there for the benefit of all. Wish you all the best. May Swami bless you and your parents and all your family people. May you all join the great mission of Bhagawan Sai Baba in establishing righteousness, peace, love and non-violence in this world. Please do not forget that when you finish the course, use the platform of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organization to enhance your power of leadership, to enhance your skills of leadership that you've learned in this course, and become the leaders available to the future generation, to your peers, with great exemplary power, so that they can follow you and learn from you, so that you teach them not only that you are leading them, but you teach them how to become leaders also like you when you finish this course. I take this opportunity to bless all of you and to wish all of you a great success in this course. Thank you. Sairam.
Thank you so much, Chairman Sir, for that inspiring and motivating presidential address. We are sure that, as always, your words will leave an everlasting impact in our hearts. As a student of NLP 2021 and the batch Next 2, I can vouch for the effect your words have upon us, igniting the fire of leadership within to do more and more seva and to be better individuals. And truly so, ye dil mange more. Sairam brothers and sisters, I am Sahiti from Chennai, the city of temples, confluence of music and dance. It is my immense pleasure and privilege, as today I have the rarest of the rarest opportunity to introduce my father, Dr. M. Sai Kumar Iyer, and on a platform like this, in the immediate presence of our beloved Bhagawan. Thank you so much, NLP team, for this lovely opportunity. When one reverses Sai, it becomes IAS. Swami always used to mention this aspect. But what if I told you that there is a perfect amalgamation of Sai and IAS in one individual? Well, he is none other than a speaker who often quips that IAS is nothing but in Almighty's service. Whatever Swami wills happen, but his plans unfold in curious ways. So does Sri Sai Kumar's life. His professional life would have been very different as a professor or a lawyer, but for Swami who thought otherwise and decided his career, life and vibe. Sri Sai Kumar's father, Krishnarao Garu, and his mother, Kupama Garu, staunch devotees of Swami, instilled in him the values of Swami and devotion, which continues today since the day he was named Sai Kumar. A Balavikas alumnus from the city of Hyderabad and a Sevadal volunteer. His tryst with devotion continues through organizing IA study circle and bhajan. With a master's in political science from the University of Hyderabad and an MPhil in international relations, Sri Sai Kumar cleared his civil service exam in his maiden attempt and took upon serving the public in 1990 as an IAS officer of Tamil Nadu. Despite his busy schedule, he went on to do his PhD in public affairs from the University of Madras and also holds a diploma from Harvard on public policy, just so he could continue serving the public more. With Swami in his mind and heart, he was able to tackle controversial and challenging aspects of his professional life, like the female infanticide of Dharmapuri and tackling natural crises and disasters like tsunami of 2004 and cyclone which ravaged the state of Tamil Nadu. Sri Sai Kumar's achievements are quite a long list, but to keep it brief, his notable postings which made an imprint in the service towards the public are District Collector Virudhunagar and Dharmapuri, Commissioner of Labour Tamil Nadu, Zonal Joint Director General of Foreign Trade South Zone Government of India, Principal Secretary PWD and Water Resources, Chairman and MD Tamil Nadu Electricity Board, and recently Principal Secretary and Additional Chief Secretary of the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Currently he is the CMD of Tamil Nadu Urban Finance and Infrastructure Development Corporation. On behalf of all of you, I would now like to call upon the Sai in IAS, Dr. M. Sai Kumar IAS, to deliver the inaugural address to the batch of 2022 of Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program. Sairam.
Om Sri Sairam. My pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagawan. My dear fellow travelers to the lotus feet. At the outset, let me thank Bhagawan for giving me this wonderful opportunity to address all of you today. And let me also thank Team NLP for that wonderful introduction. It's indeed my pleasure and also an honor to address all of you today and to inaugurate the National Leadership Program 2022. All of you are the chosen ones of Bhagawan himself, and I hope and pray that all of you will not only transform yourself after this program, but also catalyze all those around you in general and society at large. Traditionally, we have been given a lot of theories about leadership. As we were growing up, we were taught about the charismatic leadership and other theories of Max Weber and so on and so forth. But all those theories stand discredited now. These days, we talk of transformational leadership, we talk of inspirational leadership, we talk of leadership by example and so on. As far as I am concerned, each one of you is a leader. Each one of you is a chosen leader. We don't require a CEO badge, nor do we require an IAS or an IPS badge to be a leader. Anyone who brings out an inspiration out of you is a leader. Supreme example of such a leader is none other than our beloved Bhagawan himself. I'll give you a few examples. You might say that Bhagawan is a divine form himself. Therefore, the analogy you're giving is not a proper analogy. But I am talking of the activities of Bhagawan in inspiring people into fulfilling their tasks. You would have heard of the multi-super speciality hospital which had come up in Puttaparthi. It's one of the most successful models of a hospital anywhere in the world. And would you believe me if I tell you that this has come up in less than 1 year's time? Yes, it was made possible because of the untiring physical efforts of Bhagawan, who was coming there every day, morning and evening, and inspiring people to complete their allotted tasks. As a result, you see a multi-super speciality, massive physical structure with all the equipments being completed and inaugurated in less than 1 year's time. This was only possible because of the inspirational leadership of Bhagawan. Shall I give you another example? Once, a group of villagers had come to see Bhagawan, and in a hot sun, they were all waiting for Swami in the hot sun. By that time, Swami had finished his darshan and had retired for the day. So the volunteers there informed the villagers that Swami had retired for the day and that either they have to go back and come later, or if they want to wait, they have to wait till the evening. Suddenly you find the door opening and Swami rushing out to meet his devotees. So one of the students there who was in charge went and picked up Swami's chappals and came rushing to offer the chappals to Swami so that he can wear and go out into the hot sun. But Swami glared at him and walked away and went straight to meet his devotees, blessed them, gave them a lot of happiness and came back. As he was returning, the student was standing in one corner. Swami looked at him and said, "Bangaru, all those villagers sitting outside were sitting in the hot sun without chappals. How can I myself wear chappals when those people are not wearing chappals?" So that is the leadership we are talking of, a leadership by example. What you do rather than what you preach sets you apart as a leader. You must have heard of Ralph Waldo Emerson, a famous American philosopher and a poet. He said, "What you are speaks so loudly, I cannot hear what you say." Let me repeat it again for your benefit. What you are speaks so loudly, I cannot hear what you say. Your reputation precedes you. As Bhagavad Gita says, Yat yat acharati sreshtaha tatta deve sarojana sa yat pramanam kurute lokat tat anuvartate. What does it mean? It means that those who are elders in the society, those who are leaders in the society, whatever example they set, everybody follows that example. Whatever the norms they set, the entire world will follow that norms. So it is up to us to be that leader who sets the norm and who sets the example. And no better opportunity than this to be a part of the National Leadership Program to set that norm and an opportunity. I wish all of you lead by example, not just in your official or business life, but also in your personal life. All of us live in a kind of a bipolar world these days. I'm not talking of bipolarism in terms of world powers and Cold War. What I'm talking about is dualities which we face these days. The material comforts on one side and complete restlessness and depression on the other side. We are flooded with negativity all around us. The negativity is beamed directly into your drawing rooms, in your living rooms, in your bedrooms. Either you watch the TV or you open a newspaper or in your peer discussions. We are getting trained to look at negativity around us. As Swami says, we are getting trained to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. We are trained to look at the dark clouds around silver, every silver lining. Is that the way one should lead one's life? Don't look at the dark cloud around the silver lining. Look at the silver lining itself. Be positive. Swami always says, be happy, happy and happy. What does this mean? There are a lot of studies now which prove that happiness will make you excel in your work. There are universities in the Western countries which are doing a lot of research in our happiness quotient. The University of California, Berkeley has a Center for Greater Good, which has done a lot of research in happiness, and they have come up with a lot of conclusions. And I give you a few examples here. How does one become happy? By serving selflessly. These are the examples given by the University of California at Berkeley. By gratitude, by being grateful, by sharing, by giving away what you have selflessly, by accepting others' point of view, and by being spiritual. And by being spiritual, I am not referring to by being religiously dogmatic. Spirituality is much more than being religious. And by being mindful. Tell me, what these universities have said all the time, have they not been said by Bhagawan himself, who constantly hammered it into our heads in his mellifluous voice so many times in every discourse. Therefore, all you need to be is to be happy and be excellent in your leadership roles in your life and to follow Swami's teachings. And that's how you achieve excellence. And what is excellence? Bhagavad Gita speaks of yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Skillfulness in action, mindfulness in action, and excellence in action. That is yoga. With these words, let me congratulate all the chosen ones again for a happy year-long Diksha. You are taking a Diksha today to complete this National Leadership Program in 1 year's time. And I wish you all the best. And may Swami be with you all. Sairam. Thank you.
Om Shri Sairam. With utmost reverence to our Mother Sai, thank you so much Sai Kumar sir for sharing an adventure ride from Bal Vikas to Desh Vikas. A journey from an inspiring, adorable Sevadal to the Indian Administrative Service with Sai. As Swami always says, Ni intane, jantane, ventane, kantane untanu. Meaning, I'm always with you, in you, above you and around you. He assures everyone that he'll always be with us, guiding us in our lives. We are sure that the warm and loving words of advice will go a long way to each one of us to shape our lives personally and professionally, and of course, we assure you, sir, we shall definitely do our best. Brothers and sisters, Sairam. This is Suma from the state of Karnataka to steer this program forward. May I take this opportunity to invite Professor E. Mukundan sir of Kerala to join us and speak a few words on this occasion. Professor Mukundan sir is from the land of palms, God's own country, Kerala. He served the state of Kerala as the state president for a long term, and now he is currently the member of the National Council of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organizations, India, and also faculty and academic council member of SSSNLP. Without further ado, I would love to invite our Mukundan sir. Over to you, sir. Sairam.
A very loving Sairam to all of you. Respected guest of honor, Sri Sai Kumar, Sir IAS, respected All India President, Sri Nimesh Pandya Sir, distinguished guests, members of NLP team, and the representatives of youth energy of our Bharat. Once again, loving Sairam to all of you. Sai Kumar Sir, when we were hearing you, once again we are reminded of the real meaning of IAS. It is not only Indian Administrative Service, it also means I stands for intention, pure intention. A stands for putting all the pure intentions into action, and S stands for surrendering all these actions at the lotus feet of our beloved Swami, with the firm conviction that Swami alone is the doer. Sir, thank you so much for the beautiful ideas that you have shared with us. Dear and respected All India President, you are always a great motivation for us, all of us. Each and every word that you are sharing with us is a great and real motivation. Today also, that is not an exception. It was equally motivating for all the young brothers and sisters who are sitting with us, and also for each and every one of us. Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. Now coming to the question, who is the real leader? There can be no better example than Bhagawan himself, the role model, divine leader, who has taught us a number of lessons on leadership. One day, General Chibur was sitting in front of the interview room at Prashant Nilayam. Swami came out of the interview room and asked General Chibur, "What are you doing now?" Chibur replied, "Swami, I am engaged in the management sessions." Swami asked him, management sessions and leadership sessions. Swami asked him, what is leader? Who is a leader? And when Chibur was silent, Swami said, the real management, real leadership consists in these four words: to be, to do, to see, and to tell. And there is a beautiful meaning given by Swami for these words. To be means to be connected with Swami always. To do means do whatever Swami commands us, do that. To see means look around, see everybody and do whatever help you can do. And after that, to tell these things to other people. What a beautiful message given by Swami on leadership. To give you another example, the example of Balagangadhara Tilak. On the eve of Indian independence, media persons asked Balagangadhara Tilak, after getting independence, would you like to become the Prime Minister of India or the President of India? The reply given by Tilak is so beautiful. and consists the gist of leadership. Tilak said, Balagangadhar Tilak said, I don't want to become the king. I want to become the kingmaker. I am going back to my school where I can mold the children for the future of humanity. So these two examples reveal us what can be real leadership. Once again, thanking you all, thanking Sai Kumar sir and thanking All India President for being with us today and thanking beloved Swami for this wonderful function. And for the participants, these are all samples of prasadam Swami is going to give you. Every session will be a prasadam from Bhagawan. Wishing you the best and thanking you all once again. Jai Sairam.
Thank you, Professor, for your words of encouragement. We are sure we'll abide by the lovely advice you gave to us and move forward with this in our life. I am Shraddha from the land of Utkal, present Odisha, a participant of batch 2021. दिल की एक आवाज है, होठों पे बस यही राग है, हम तेरे हैं साई, हम तेरे हैं. Welcome you all to the ocean of music. Coming next to the part of the ceremony is a musical extravaganza by the participants of batch 2021. This musical rendition will bring in waves of divine bliss through the musical evening. This musical rendering has been done on phone recording with the help of a software from remote location. Our tech team has put it together with a wonderful spirit, and I must say, you'll have miles of smiles when you just watch the presentation. On the 6th note and the divine one of Arohan with the Swar Dha. Join us for an elevating meridian of vibrant melodies and experience the joy and love of His glory. Now, before moving forward, I would like to say, like one of our sister has to say something. Sister Avipsa, over to you.
Hey, thank you, Shraddha. This is Abhipsa from the ancient land of Kalinga and today's Odisha. I am a participant of the batch of 2021. Continuing from where Sister Shraddha left, I do want to mention Swami in his Mahakavya on leadership defines the ultimate leader as one having unity of thought, word and deed. Dear sisters and brothers, you and me alone can only work, but by our unity, we can win. As you all embark on your wonderful and exciting journey of the National Leadership Program, come, let's join hands for the musical prayer. O Lord, take my hands and let them work incessantly for you. O Lord, take my mind and thoughts and let them be in tune with you. O Lord, take my everything and let me just be an instrument in your divine work. Sit back, relax and enjoy the music. Jai Sairam.
Sambadhatvam Samvomanasijanata Sangachatvam Sambadhatvam Samvomanasijanata Sangachatvam Sambadhatvam Samvomanasijanata Sambadhatvam Sambadhatvam सङ्गच्छत्वं संवर्धत्वं सम्मोहनांसि जानता सङ्गच्छत्वं संवर्धत्वं सम्मोहनांसि जानता सम्मोहनांसि जानता सम्मोहनांसि जानता सम्मोहनांसि जानता
चले हम संग संग चले साथ साथ कदम संग संग चले साथ साथ कदम संग संग चले साथ चले हम साथ चले हम साथ हो कदम साथ चले हम साथ हो कदम एक हो विचार एक हो कर्म एक हो विचार एक हो कर्म एक हो विचार एक हो कर्म एक हो कर्म एक हो कर्म सङ्गच्छत्वं संवर्धत्वं सम्मोहनांसि जानता समान चिन्ता समान वचन समान कर्म सङ्गच्छत्वं समान चिन्ता समान वचन समान कर्म संवर्धत्वं समान चिन्ता समान वचन सम्मोहनांसि जानता मर्म समान हो कर्म समान हो मर्म समान हो कर्म समान हो सिद्धि समान हो संकल्प समान हो हृदय समान हो हृदय समान हो मर्म समान हो धर्म समान हो कार्य समान हो अधिकार समान हो साथ चले हम साथ हो कदम एक हो विचार एक हो कर्म एक हो विचार एक हो कर्म एक हो विचार एक हो कर्म एक हो कर्म एक हो कर्म सङ्गच्छत्वं संवर्धत्वं सम्मोहनांसि जानता think alike speak alike act alike सङ्गच्छत्वं think alike speak alike act alike संवर्धत्वं think alike speak alike सम्मोहनांसि जानता सङ्गच्छत्वं संवर्धत्वं सम्मोहनांसि जानता सङ्गच्छत्वं संवर्धत्वं सम्मोहनांसि जानता सङ्गच्छत्वं संवर्धत्वं सम्मोहनांसि जानता समान चिन्ता समान वचन समान कर्म सङ्गच्छत्वं समान चिन्ता समान वचन समान कर्म संवर्धत्वं समान चिन्ता समान वचन सम्मोहनांसि जानता think alike speak alike act alike सङ्गच्छत्वं think alike speak alike act alike संवर्धत्वं think alike speak alike सम्मोहनांसि जानता सम्मोहनांसि जानता सम्मोहनांसि जानता
Deep into the technological slumber, many digit years into the future. Then, that day.
Dear Diary, hope you have not missed me too much from last night, because I have missed you a tremendous lot. Unlike yesterday, where I was cheering on a friend in need, today I have become that friend in need of being cheered. Every day seems longer, and every night even longer, with so much that is changing and fading. I worry that I too might become a memory at the end of it all very soon. I wish there is a time.
Dear Sattvam.
Huh? Who? Sorry, I am currently unavailable. Emotionally and physically unavailable. You may just see me say I am available on my status. While I can be, I'm just not now.
Sattvam, this is I, your diary.
I? My diary? Have you come alive?
I have always been live and alive for you, listening to you. Sattvam, you seem to be with less life today. What happened though?
Life. Yeah, just life.
Life. It is life when you bring it alive.
How come you are so excited having listened to my journal from today? Have you been having a better day without me?
I have indeed been having my best days with you, Sattvam.
Best days? From me? But I have only been sharing my remorse with you the most of late.
True, but you never miss to offer gratitude every day despite so much difficulty. You have always found good things out of events and situations. That keeps me going.
I barely am even able to get to that memory now. Loading failed. Help me.
Come, let's take a quick jump into a realm that made us what we are today. Are you ready?
Yeah, okay. Wouldn't hurt more, can it?
Sattvam, remember this day? This day, when you were joining the best of the best and connecting hearts of hearts? Remember? Connecting with personalities from various walks of life. Laughing through the hearts and smiles, meeting eyes beyond the camera lenses. Virtually sharing the best and everything around. Bonding beyond borders and lockdowns. Do you remember walking into the portals of Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning? Trekking up to the Hanuman hilltop? The convocation. How Puttaparthi was brought to each of the homes.
Oh, yes. Oh, what a journey that was. Yes, so much life. So much life. So much life. Oh, life. It is. It is all of it. The highs, the lows, the sides and the slides. It is what we highlight from it, what we make of it, what we allow to overpower. The light and the light.
Yes, absolutely. Why? Even if you don't hear this voice every day, you hear voices of people from all walks that will continue to inspire and make us aspire. It is what we see from all of it, right? Look around, Sattvam. You see what is inside of you reflect. Be the light. Be the life. My dear Sattvam, life is enveloped with foundation, feeling, fun, family, and of course, connecting us back to the source, his feet.
Diary? Swami? My Swami!
My dear Sattvam, life is enveloped with foundation, feeling, fun, family, and of course, connecting us back to the source. On that note, Sairam, connecting back to the source, our blessed journey from I to we to he, the AROHAN. We are a family, always connected to your feet, Swami. With love, your children.
Sairam, dear brothers and sisters, this is Sathvam, your NLP buddy. It is now time to join your first Dhyana Vahini session. Please log in with your NLP ID on the Zoom platform. Attendance is mandatory. You have 5 minutes left to join. Sairam.
I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
And divinely rendition. It's really out of the world. I'm sure each one of you enjoyed the music as much as our Lord did. There is for sure some sort of divine power in music, isn't it? Sairam, I am Mehak Sharma from Jammu and Kashmir, and it's a blessing for me to be the part of National Leadership Program Batch 2021. Let's think alike, speak alike, act alike. Those lyrics amaze me. Okay, now let's move on with the program. To enter this year with full vigor, brightness, a zeal and a drive to become better individuals through this journey, on behalf of all those present and not present today, I humbly pray at the lotus feet of Swami to bless all the participants of batch 2021 and the next batch of 2022 with your divine directions. Brothers and sisters, let us immerse ourselves in the divine words of Swami. Sairam.
Yuvati Yukulara.
Young men and women.
ఈ వయసులో చాలా ప్రధానమైనటువంటిది ప్రాణ సమానమైనటువంటిది క్యారెక్టర్.
At this age, most important in our life is that of character. It's life main principal source.
కనుక ఇట్టి ప్రాణ సమానమైనటువంటి ఈ యొక్క శీలతత్వాన్ని అనగా మన క్యారెక్టర్ను చక్కగా పోషించుకోవాలి.
This character, which is our very life, should be kept up properly.
ఈ వయసు చాలా గోల్డెన్ ఏజ్.
This age is golden age.
ఇలాంటి పవిత్రమైనటువంటి వయసును మనం నిర్మూలన గావించుకుంటే భవిష్యత్తులో కూడాను మన యొక్క జీవితము నిర్మూలమైపోతుంది.
If you spoil this golden age, you will be ruining your future.
మొక్క చక్కగా ఉండినప్పుడే చెట్టు చక్కగా బయలుదేరుతుంది.
If the plant is straight in the beginning, sapling stage, the tree also would be straight later.
కనుకనే స్టార్ట్ ఎర్లీ, డ్రైవ్ స్లోలీ, రీచ్ సేఫ్లీ.
So Bhagawan says, start early, drive slowly, reach safely.
ఇది మంచి సమయం స్టార్టింగ్.
This is very good time to start.
ఇది మంచి సీడ్లింగ్ వయసు.
This is the time of a seedling.
ఇది చక్కగా వచ్చిందంటే చెట్టంతా కూడా చక్కగా అవుతుంది.
At the seedling stage, if it grows straight, the rest also will follow.
కనుక ఈ వయసును అతి జాగ్రత్తగా మనం వినియోగం చేయాలి.
We should make this age very carefully.
పిల్లవాడు చెప్పాడు, స్వామి మాకు శక్తిని ఇవ్వండి అన్నారు.
A boy prayed, Bhagavan, give us the shakti or energy.
ఏం శక్తి కావాలి?
What energy you need?
సినిమా చూడటానికి శక్తి కావాలా? టీవీ చూడటానికి శక్తి కావాలా? వీడియో చూడటానికి శక్తి కావాలా? ఏ శక్తి కావాలి నీకు?
Do you need energy to watch the TV or go to cinema?
శక్తి ఉంటుండాలి ఈనాడు మీ యువకుల్లో.
There's a lot of energy among young men.
3/4 శక్తిని అంతా కూడా వేస్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు.
3/4 of energy is wasted.
కానీ మీకు వేస్తే టేస్ట్ గా ఉంటుండాలి.
But this waste is a taste to you.
కాదు అది చాలా తప్పు.
It's a big mistake.
మనలో ఉండినటువంటి శక్తి దేనికి లేదు.
The power rated in us.
ప్రపంచంలో దేనికి విలువ అని ఎవరైనా ప్రశ్నించినప్పుడు గోల్డ్ కి విలువ, డైమండ్ కి విలువ, ల్యాండ్ కి విలువ అని చెప్తుంటారు.
We say the diamond is valuable, gold is valuable in the world.
కానీ
but
సరైనటువంటి రీతిగా విచారణ చేస్తే మనిషే మంచి వాల్యుబుల్.
But if you inquire clearly,
men are more valuable than all the wealth of the world.
Men are more valuable than all the wealth of the world.
డైమండ్ కొనేది ఎవరు?
Who buys this diamond?
మనిషే కొంటున్నాడు.
We only buy the diamond.
గోల్డ్ ని కొనేవాడెవరు? మనిషే కొంటున్నాడు.
Who purchases gold is a human being.
కొనబడేటువంటిది కానీ కొనేటువంటి వాడు మనిషే.
Is the one that is purchased material objects, but you buy it.
కొనేటువంటి వాడే లేకపోతే కొనబడేటువంటి దానికి విలువనే లేదు.
When there is no purchase, the one who buys, well, there will be
కానీ
no objects.
ఆ బలము, ఆ యొక్క శక్తి నాకున్నది అనేటువంటి విశ్వాసాన్ని మీరు పెంచుకోవాలి.
Develop the faith that you have got all the capacities and potentiality.
అన్నింటికంటే గొప్పవాడిని నేను అనేటువంటి విశ్వాసాన్ని పెంచుకోవాలి.
Have faith that you are greatest of all.
కన్నుండి గ్రుడ్డులై కళ్యాణకరమైన నిరూపు దర్శింప నేరరైరి.
Though they have
భగవంతుడా, అందరికీ కన్నుంటున్నాయి.
Oh God, all have eyes.
కానీ ఆ కన్నులతో నిన్ను చూడగలుగుతున్నారా?
With those eyes they don't look at you.
వికారములంతా చూడగలుగుతున్నారు.
They see all dirty things.
వికృతమైనటువంటి జీవితాన్ని భావిస్తున్నారు.
They have a narrow way vision.
కనుక నీ యొక్క దృశ్యంను చూసేటువంటి కన్నులే నా కన్నులు.
They are only the true eyes that look at you, that watch you.
చెవులు ఉన్నాయి.
We have ears.
ఈ చెవులంతా కూడా ఊరివారి శుద్ధులంతా వింటున్నాయి కానీ దైవ చరిత్రను వినడానికి ప్రయత్నించటం లేదు.
The ears listen to the gossip, vain talk, but not glory of God.
కనుకనే మన చెవులు ఏ విధంగా ఉండాలి?
How should be our ears?
మంచి సత్శ్రవణం చేయాలి.
Ears listen to good things.
మంచి పవిత్రమైనటువంటి దివ్యమైనటువంటి యొక్క భావములు వినాలి.
Ears should listen to sacred.
ప్రపంచం యొక్క సందేశాన్ని చక్కనైనటువంటి రీతిగా, శుభమైనటువంటి రీతిగా, మంగళకరమైనటువంటి రీతిగా నడిచేటువంటి విషయాలు మనం వినాలి.
We should listen to those things which are auspicious and sacred.
ఇవి వినడానికి చెవులు ఇచ్చారు.
Ears are gifted for that purpose.
కానీ ఊరివారి శుద్ధులు వినడానికి కాదు.
Not to listen to gossip.
కనుకనే మన ఇంద్రియాలు కూడా చక్కగా నిగ్రహించుకోవాలి.
So we should have sense control.
అప్పుడే మన యొక్క భావం చక్కని పడుతుంది.
Then our thoughts will be pure.
కనుక ఈనాటి యువకులంతా మాటలు మొట్టమొదట తగ్గించుకోవాలి.
Youngsters today should talk less.
అందులో ఉన్నటువంటి మాధుర్యము ఎంతనో మీరు అనుభవించగలరు.
You can experience the sweetness in talking less.
మిత భాష అతిహాయి.
The limited talk will make
అతి
you
భాష
happy.
మతిహాని.
By talking too much, you become mad.
యువకులారా,
youngsters,
మొదలు చెప్పినట్టుగా అన్నింటికి మూల కారణము క్యారెక్టర్.
as Bhagawan said at the beginning, character is main thing, most
మన
important.
శీలము, మన గుణము, మన ప్రవర్తన, మన నడత చక్కగా ఉంటుంటే మనకంటే మించిన వారు చరిత్రలు మరొకరు లేరు.
When once our character, our behavior, our conduct are perfect, none can excel you.
ఎప్పుడు చూసినా కూడాను ఆనందంగా ఉంటుండండి.
Be happy all the time.
స్వామి యొక్క ఆశీర్వాదములు అమితంగా ఉంటున్నాయి. మీరు సుఖంగా, శాంతిగా, ఆనందంగా, భక్తి ప్రపత్తులతో జీవించి దేశానికి సరైనటువంటి యొక్క సేవలు చేయాలని నేను ఆశిస్తూ, ఆశీర్వదిస్తూ నా ప్రసంగాన్ని వివరిస్తున్నాను.
You have Bhagawan's blessings in abundance. Bhagavan wants you to lead a peaceful, happy, blissful life and grow in sincerity, devotion and steadfastness, and brings his divine discourse to a close.
Prema mudita manase kaho Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Sri Rama Rama Ram Prema mudita manase kaho Rama Rama Prema mudita manase kaho Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Sri Rama Rama Ram Prema mudita manase kaho Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Papa kate dukha mithe vete Rama naam Papa kate dukha mithe vete Rama naam Bhava samudra sukhadana eka Rama naam Bhava samudra sukhadana eka Rama naam Parama Shanti Sukha Nidana Diya Rama Naam Parama Shanti Sukha Nidana Diya Rama Naam Niradhara Ko Adhara Eka Rama Naam Niradhara Ko Adhara Eka Rama Naam Mata Pita Bandhu Sakha Sabhi Rama Naam Mata Pita Bandhu Sakha Sabhi Rama Naam Bhakta Janara Jivana Jana Eka 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 Rama Naam Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Sri Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Sri Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Sri Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Sri Rama Rama
Our humble gratitude to you, Swami, for your divine directions. We are sure that with your divine blessings, we are worthy instruments in thy mission. Sairam, this is Ricky Konsam from the state of Manipur, an NLP participant 2021. As we come to the final part of this ceremony, it is my bounden duty to get this program concluded, and I take this opportunity to invite yet another humble being, a convener, an academic council member and faculty, Dr. Gopi Pidatala, to conclude this program with his thanksgiving and closing remarks. Dr. Gopi Krishna Pidatala is the Group CEO of Vista Group of Diagnostics of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. He is also the Managing Director for Denuvo Source India Private Limited and also the Director for Vedakna Bioagricultural India LLP, a bioagricultural products company. He is also the convener for Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program and also handles projects and programs in the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organizations India in AIP office. Brothers and sisters, to ascend us into the 7th note and the celebratory note of Arohan with Swarani, a note that is said to be sourced from the trumpeting of an elephant, let us put our hands for our energetic leader, a fabulous communicator, and our great mentor with that regal trumpet, Dr. Gopi Pidatala. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ricky Consum, for those warm words of introduction. Yes, we're definitely here to trumpet the message of love and service all around us. But for today, I would like to restrict myself to speak a few words of loving gratitude to one and all. Offering my most loving salutations at the divine lotus feet of our most benevolent Bhagawan, respected elders, and my dear participants. Sairam to all of you. On behalf of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organizations India, the Academic Council, the faculty, the state presidents, the state youth coordinators, the participants, and our loving guest of honor, Dr. M. Sai Kumar, I take this opportunity to offer at his divine lotus feet our Shashtanga Pranams for being the source and resource, the Kriya and Karta of this wonderful program. Thank you, Swami, for being with us. In this journey that we have taken up, there are many loving souls who have extended their unstinted cooperation. The state presidents, the state youth coordinators, the organizing team, and many more. We gratefully thank each one of them today. As we embark on this journey, I am reminded of a beautiful story that I once heard from an elder brother called Tribhuvan Sachdeva of Indore. It's a beautiful story, and I would like to narrate this story here today. This is about a journey. There was a flight that was to take off from New Delhi to Bengaluru, an Airbus 320. There were close to about 350 passengers on board. There was a young little girl who was also traveling, seated in the middle seat with two fellow passengers on either side. The first officer announced the departure and the flight took off. This young little girl was happily seated and was drawing with the crayons as the flight was in the mid-air. At an altitude of about 30,000 feet, as the flight was traveling, there was an announcement that they were facing very turbulent and rough weather, and all the passengers were asked to fasten their seat belts. The flight rocked in mid-air. Everybody in the flight panicked. There were shouts and screams. But this young girl was calm and composed, drawing. After some time, the flight landed safely in Bengaluru. And at that point of time, the co-passengers who were seated on either side of this young child asked this girl as to how she was undisturbed and unperturbed when this entire passengers on the flight were in panic. This young little girl smiled and made a beautiful statement. She said, "The pilot of this flight is my father, and this morning he told me he's taking me home." What a beautiful statement, and what kind of trust she has in her father. Aligning the same story to this journey of ours in our lives, we have close to about 375 passengers on board this flight. We have, like the flight crew, we have the organizing team, the state presidents, the state youth coordinators. We have a first officer, the chairman and the academic council. And our flight is going to take off today. And in this journey that we are going to go forward, we are sure to face some troubles. And this journey is going to be a very long journey. But let me tell you, brothers and sisters, the pilot of this journey and this ship is our Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Have the trust in Bhagawan to lead your lives, and I'm sure when you do so with sincerity and commitment, He is there always with you, guiding you and taking you forward in this path of spiritual journey. This journey is of transformation. You have a long way to go. And on behalf of all those who are present here, I pray to Bhagawan to be with us always, in every moment of ours. In every moment of our life, please be with us. In every single act of ours, be thou our guide. Baba, Sai Baba. When we sleep, when we fall, please hold my hand. When we flip, when we fall, please hold our hand. When we stray far away, bring us back again. Baba, Sai Baba. In every moment of our life, please be with us. Offering gratitude to everybody in His divine presence who is always there with us. Jai Sairam. Thank you. I now, on behalf of all of us who are present here, pray to Bhagawan from our hearts to accept Harati at His divine lotus feet. Jai Sairam.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Sathya Sai Hare Bhakta Jana Samrakshak Bhakta Jana Samrakshak Pati Maheshwara Om Jai Jagadish Hare Shashivadana Shrikara Sarva Pranapati Swami Sarva Pranapati Ashrita Kalpalatika Ashrita Kalpalatika Apatandhava Om Jai Jagadish Hare Mata Pita Guru Daivamu Mariyantayu Nive Swami Mariyantayu Nive Nada Brahma Jagannatha Nada Brahma Jagannatha Nagena Shayana Om Jai Jagadish Hare Omkara Rupa Ojasvi Sai Mahadeva Sathya Sai Mahadeva Mangala Harati Anduko Mangala Harati Anduko Mandala Giridhari Om Jai Jagadish Hare Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्।